and lovers of liberty, America still can't figure out enough what's happening, or cannot figure out what is happening regarding Fani Willis. Fani Willis is the gift that keeps on giving. What will happen next? What will Trump do? How will Trump fare in Georgia? It's an incredible story that has so many layers to it. So many layers, dear friends, and nobody is doing it. And the reason why you're hearing nothing about this, I will tell you, is because on regular, I guess, state-run heritage legacy media, you only have a minute, 2 minutes, and that's it. And you can't explain things in a minute to 2 minutes. You can't do it. Do I make myself clear? Of course I do. Of course I do. It's the simplest thing in the world. How in the hell do you expect anybody to answer a question in a minute when somebody says, let's move on to the next story? Wait a minute. No. Keep them going. People have the attention span of a gnat. Don't you want to know really what this means? No, let's move on. News, sports, and weather. Keep it going. The natives are clueless. Tiffany's a story. Tiffany. Have any of you looked up the story of Tiffany Henyard yet? Have you seen this? Have you seen Tiffany Henyard? Of course. I'm telling you, believe me when I tell you this, and I say this to you, dear friends. I say this to you. It is the best story ever. Tiffany Henyard, Dalton, depending upon how you pronounce it, Illinois. When I hear somebody say Illinois, I want to scream, okay? So today is why Fani Willis actually thinks she won and how the criminal charges against Trump will crumble. This you will see in the most devastating, this will be the moment, perhaps the only moment that the good president actually is victorious in regarding this. And it happens to be the most serious case. Second will be the Alvin Bragg case involving some payment that nobody understands to one Dusty Saddles, or whatever the hell her name is, Ms. Whatever it was, that skank, that trollop, that courtesan, that chanteuse wannabe, that porn princess, Stormy Daniels. God. Don't you wonder, ladies in particular, don't you wonder, what kind of a mentality does Trump have going after? Can he not see a skank, skeeve, money-hungry lech? Can he not see? Can he not? Does he? This is where I think to myself, wow. This is the scariest of them all. This is when I realize if he can't figure this one out, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I really don't know what to tell. I don't know what to tell you if he can't do this. Now, you might have heard this one. Here we go. This might be interesting for you. Tapped. RFK has reportedly selected his running mate, and it's going to be Nicole Shanahan, California entrepreneur and ex-wife of one of the Google bigs. Bobby Kennedy is such a joke. It's not even funny. He is a joke. And tapped is the word. This guy look. I hope nobody gets upset because I find out that when I say something, some people get very upset when I say things that I believe it. Bobby Kennedy lost me immediately. He had theoretically a good run. And then we found out, no, he's just a Kennedy. And you know, and I know he is not going to let that Kennedy thing go away because after all, he's Kennedy. And if you're Cheryl, what's her name? Good luck, honey. Good luck. More cryptic news. Did you see the latest regarding our friend? This is the most, this is sad. This is very sad. See the latest regarding Kate? I love this story. Hope you saw my video. Look at this. Let me read this story to you, okay? Listen to this story. William and Kate are said to be shaken and devastated at the speculation about their marriage on social media, and could address the Princess of Wales's health condition at public engagements next month, her close friends have said. Bullshit. Can you believe this? Princess Kate has not made an official public appearance since she underwent major abdominal surgery on January 16th, leading to growing tsunami of speculation over her unknown health condition. Yeah. Can you believe this? Speculation, according to the Daily Mail, only intensified when she publicly took the blame for the family photograph released by Kensington Palace on Mother's Day, which was killed by 6 of the world's top picture agencies over concern that it had been manipulated. She didn't take the blame. They lowered the blame. They affixed the blame on her. She could very well be in a coma for all we know. As well as a number of imperfections in the photographed image, viewers also spotted that Kate appeared to not to be wearing her wedding ring, which sparked multiple. This is the part I don't understand. This is the part I do not understand. And I said this before. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you heard I thought it was a very good piece, by the way. These people are the biggest bunch of wussies I've ever seen in my life. I don't understand them. Can you understand? Look at me when I tell you something. We are conspiracy theorists of the best. You are the Pro Bowl, okay? You are proud. And that's what keeps our government in check. We are proud. We are the United States of conspiracy theories. We don't let anything go. Nothing. We don't let anything go. There are people I know, and I've told you this before. People that I know who absolutely, positively are just they do not believe for a moment anything about anything. This is the latest piece I did. I want to discuss this with you. It's one thing about you beautiful people. You speak your mind. And when something doesn't, we don't like something, you let people know, and that's it. Here is the latest. I know people in this country who don't believe we landed on the moon, and they will yell and scream and whatever, as is their right. First Amendment. If there's a school shooting, other people I know, they don't believe it. That's your right. There are other people who don't believe in vaccines, don't believe in COVID, don't believe anything, or do believe something else in replacement of something. Good for you. That's up to you. That's your thing. Okay? Do you hear what I have to say? Yes. And what I'm telling you right now, which is the most important, is that the thing that makes us so incredible is that we have got the greatest people left and right. We have the best. The best. You want to get into some stuff? Go to global research. You want to go to some? Go there. Go to RT. Go to what was it? The Chinese. Go to Weon. World is One. Listen to Palki Sharma. Listen to watch American Thinker, or go whatever it is. Go to InfoWars. Go to anybody you want. You will see things that'll blow your mind. And those aren't even the more great stuff on Substack. That's who we are. Can you imagine if Dr. Jill Biden just disappeared? Now, many of you wouldn't give a damn one way or the other, but you would probably say, wait a minute. Because you would absolutely hate the idea that somebody was keeping something from you, even though you really didn't care one way or the other. That's who you are. That's the beauty of who you are. You would say, wait a minute, where is she? When was the last time you saw her? Hey, wait a minute. Doesn't matter, because you hate to be lied to. You do. You hate to be lied to. We're Americans. We get pissed off about this stuff. We have no problem in saying exactly what it is that we feel. And you wonderful lugs are with your rebarbative style. God love you for that. That's who you are. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. The most beautiful thing in the world. Don't ever change the way you think. Don't ever change the way you think. Don't ever do it. Nothing. Keep fighting for everything. Don't let anybody ever tell you you can't say something. Some of you folks will even argue when we're not even arguing because you love to argue. I'm not going to mention any names, but some of you do. You love to argue. You love it. You may not like the particular volume of an argument. You may get upset because somebody who agrees with you doesn't agree with you as loudly as they should or for the right reason. And that is your right to do so. You hear what I'm saying? That is your right. You can do and say whatever you want. I love this. And I'm also going to tell you something. I have found that I have to always, that whenever I talk, there are very few people that I can really understand. Well, that I feel, how do I say this? There are very few people, and you probably feel the same way. I don't put you in this category, but there are very few people I think know what I know. Now, let me explain this. I'm not trying to act like a smart ass. But if you don't know, if you've never heard the name Victoria Newland, that means you just are not. You're just not. You're not here. I want you to imagine, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to imagine somebody doesn't know the Beatles. What would that tell you? What would that tell you? What would if they said, I don't know anything about it? There's two things. Not thinking the right thing, but not having heard about it. What would you think about that? What would you think? What is the one issue? Let's say you met, and this may be the wrong thing, but let's say theoretically, when you were younger or available, you met the man or woman of your dreams, and you're talking, you say, this is going to be so terrific. And you sit down, what is the one thing they could say or the one thing they couldn't say that you absolutely positively said, uh-oh, I got to go? That's the red line. We talk a lot about red lines in this country right now. By the way, I need 9,000 likes. Sorry. 9,000 likes. I know it may sound like a lot to you, but it doesn't to me, and I know you can deliver. What's that one thing? Could you marry, date, or be with somebody who was a Biden fan? Yes or no? Could you? Could you do that? Could you do that? Could you actually be with somebody, marry somebody who thought, I think Biden's doing a great job? As much as I wish I could say so, as much as I would probably say no, I can't. Because what else is wrong with it? Isn't that sad? Isn't that weird? It's like if you opened up your husband or your girlfriend, whatever, you opened up and found out they liked really weird German porn. What'd you say? And you never notice anything but like, oh my God. This isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. What are the things? You know, when you I don't do this, but when you suffer, and you suffer no fools. You know, when you had a dating app, and you could say, really and truly, tell me about you. Tell me about you. I really want to know who you are. My thing will be, you know why I'm so happy? I'll tell you why. Because tonight, Mrs. L, for 3 nights in a row, we had business to do. Primarily for her, because I support her. I was never more miserable in my life. I don't like. I get up very early, and I just don't. My eating gets thrown off. I just miserable. I like to live I'm very stuck in my back. I'm not a night person. Now, when I was in my 20s, I don't even want to talk about that. I don't even want to talk about that. Not proud of it. Not proud of it. But if you wrote, what do you like to do? What do I like to do? Well, I'll tell you what I like to do. I like to become immersed in things. I was listening to the history of Haiti today. Oh, fascinating. Immersing myself in the history of Haiti. What is Haiti? Where to start? What? Tell me about the Duvalier. Tell me about barbecue. Tell me about what's going on there. I really want to know more. I don't know anybody that know who today was listening to Haiti. A guy last night, he says, "Do you like to travel?" And I said, honestly, I said, no. I'm going to tell you something. Ready for this? I'm going to admit something to you. There's not a lot of places I want to go to. Honest to God. Somebody said, "Hey, would you like to go to Ireland?" Not really. I'm sorry to say that. I know that sounds terrible. I swear to God. People say, "Don't you want to go to Ireland?" No. Do you want to go to London? Yeah, I might want to go to London. I might want to go to Paris. That's it. I have no. I'm not a traveler. I don't care. What am I going to say? Like, wow, I live in New York City. What am I going to do? I'm going to say, wow, an old building. Wow, people who speak French. Wow, anything you want to eat, I can take it either. So I told this guy, I said, I that's not my thing. I'm not into traveling. I'm not into traveling. But there's things you have to know. I cannot countenance somebody who is a radical left wokey. I also cannot take a Fox News righty. I can't do it. A faux conservative. A faux. Oh, Greg Kelly. I'm out of here. Thank you. Good check. I'm out of here. Greg Kelly. Check. Not there's anything wrong with Joe Gravy. That's what you think? Yeah. No. Victoria Nuland. Never heard of her. Check. What's the one word? What's the word? What's the word? Tell me. Michelle says, I don't care either. I'm not a traveler. Michelle, I hate airports. I hate waiting in line. I hate TSA. I hate being on a plane. I can't wait to get off. I can't wait. And coming back is the worst. Get me home. Get me home. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I hate airlines. I hate the people. I hate the fat. I hate the disgusting people. I hate people. I'm going to tell you, I'm misanthropic. I hate people. They're stupid. They're disgusting. I like to live in a world where I like to speak with you, and that's it. I can't tolerate this. I can't stand incurious people. I can't stand boorish people. I can't stand. If you say the word amazing more than twice, I'm out of here. I can't take it. I can't take it. I have no. I don't make a big deal of it. I just say to myself, I don't want anything to do with it. It's no big deal. I have no interest in what you're saying. Nothing. And I think I can meet people. Like I have friends of mine who I know they're not really politically minded. They're going to vote for Biden because they don't really know what to do, but it doesn't really come up. And I'm not going to tell a friend goodbye. But if he laid on this stuff to me really hard, I wouldn't know what to do. See, because I'm not really I'm not a Trump fan. He's the only thing available. We have the world's worst buffet. I'm starving, and there's this lousy marshmallow and Jello thing, and that's it. And I hate that stuff, but I'm starving, and that's all there is. That's Trump. Do you see the lunatics he wants to put in his supposed cabinet? Tucker and all this. I'm not a Tucker fanatic. I'm not any of these people. I see through. Let me tell you what I do. This is life for me. Maybe you're the same way. I'm a jeweler. I'm in the diamond district. And everybody said, oh, that's Fugazi. That's not even real. Oh, that's real. Okay, this is real, but there's a lot of problems with this. A lot of imperfections. Yep, this is a bell. This isn't worth. It's a diamond, but it's not really no good. No, that's no good either. I've never seen a perfect diamond. Never. I'm seeing, well, this is the least bad one I've seen. That's what I say with people. I wish I could say, I wish I could meet, I wish I could, I wish I could do a TV show called These Are the Most Effed Up People I've Ever Met in My Life. I wish I could introduce you to the people. And I would say, I want you to find out what's wrong with them right off the bat. You're going to be in the audience and you're going to go like this. Here's our first get. These are people I know and have known. What do you do in the morning? I get up. What do you do? I go to yoga. What do you do? I go to Pilates. I do facials. I do this. I do that. And you look at them and they look like put it this way, like, I don't know what the word is. But I'm thinking, what do you do with the money? You do all these beauty treatments. What do you do with the money? Sue, what are you doing? I swear to God, I wish people on TV go, I know what's wrong with her. I know. Why? She looks like Bella Lugosi. Yes, yes. And that's all she talks about. Yes. That's it. That's it. I just meet these people and say, I wish I could just go on TV and say, can you believe this? This is what these people do. I don't understand it. I don't understand. I know people who walk around and they couldn't tell you the name of their congressman. Nothing. I don't understand it. I don't fit in. You're probably the same way. I don't fit in. I think everybody's crazy. How can you look at Joe Biden and say to yourself, look, say whatever you want. Maybe 50 years ago, he's out of his mind or he's pretending it. This is nonsense. How can you look at me and tell me that a man should be able to compete against a woman in swimming? Seriously. I mean, I'm not complicated. Tell me this one. Tell me. What was that thing you saw, honey, where you said the pronouns?
On your iPhones, when you add in a new contact, when you're plugging in the information, email, name, phone number.
What absolute bullshit.
So that means all the kids are seeing that.
This is the most stupid thing I've ever heard. I don't know anybody. We live in New York City. Mrs. L has been in the theater. We know one person who was a man who actually transitioned to a woman, and it was sheer and utter hell. One person, and I understand why. One person. Where are these trans? I don't care about trans, but the point is, where is it? And this pronouns. How about if we just eliminate pronouns? No pronouns. None. Why do we need a pronoun? I find that to be delimiting. A pronoun. You've got to be kidding me. What is the matter with this? Who are these people who use these pronouns? Who really, honest to God, somewhere anywhere in the world who says, thank God we can finally address the issue with these pronouns. Jesus, I've been waiting my whole life. Mr., her, I'm a her. I'm a what? I'm a her. That's my pronoun. What the hell does that mean? That's exactly what I said. I'm trying to say, how do you spell that? I don't even know how to spell it. But all my life, I've wanted, would somebody please recognize as my pronoun? That's all I want. That's all I care for. I don't care about this. I don't care about Israel, Palestine. I don't care about Haiti. I don't care about Mumbai. I don't care about anything. I don't care about it. Just call me. That's my name. It's the most stupid thing I've ever seen in my life. Nobody believes that. People are so susceptible to this nonsense. To believe in this crap. It's the weirdest thing. Who are these people? They don't exist. I think I told you this. What was this? Remember somebody said, I'm a conspiracy theorist and I'm a conspiracy theorist and my pronouns are I told you so. I kind of like that one. I find myself now thinking, I really want bad things to happen. Isn't that terrible? Maybe you'll listen to me. Maybe you'll listen to me. Maybe. maybe people will not laugh at me when I say, I think this is important. I was talking about, remember what I told you? Oh, you're going to love this one. Now, this isn't even a big deal, but a long time ago, I said, the thing that is going to be the biggest deal in American sports and I guess entertainment or competitive sports or spectator sports. I said the biggest thing around is going to be, and this is a while back, is going to be bull riding and darts. And I said this and they laughed at me. I said, you don't understand what I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about. This is going to be, and I'm not saying I'm a big bullfighting, bull riding. Bullfighting, I don't even understand how anybody can watch that, but bull riding, okay? Bull riding. And I am telling you that bull riding and darts are going to be the next big deal. Darts especially, very, very simple. And bull riding. West Side Highway, driving, what do we see? Big thing at, was it Madison Square Garden? Bull riding. By the way, folks, bull riding. What country, I'll make it easy, here's a hint. What country dominates bull riding? First one, PBR, you got it. And not Pabst Blue Ribbon. Jarts, not jars or long darts. What is not Spain, no, bull riding. Bronco, bull riding. Big in England. What's the country? Brazil, thank you. Gretzky, Brazil. Brazil owns it. There was a guy named JD. Have you ever seen this guy? JD. Bull. I happen to see this thing. JD Mauney or Manny, Mauney. He was the first bull rider to reach the $7 million mark. He weighs like 80 pounds, and he's one of these real skinny guys. They told out there, get on there, right? On a bull rider. I don't know what you're saying, JD. Know how? And by the way, excuse me. You wear a helmet, get out. And a vest, like a vet. No. You're gonna be like a Larry Mahan, and you wear a hat, and that's it. And I want to know that you can get crushed anytime and gored by that bull. If you're not gonna do it, don't bother. Okay? That's it. If you're not gonna do that, when I see that helmet, that's like saying no. The Brazilians own it. They are the best. They came along and says, holy. Now, the rodeo clown, next Pharaoh writes, is also called the barrel man. Most important person and the bravest. Excuse me. Because he goes out and distracts the attention from the bull that is really pissed off. And you'd be pissed off too if they put you in the back of a thing, take you these little stupid cramped, these little like arenas, and you're going to say, I'm going to get that bastard back. If he climbs on my back, I'm going to show him. Okay. But you got to admit, that's ballsy. Okay. Or bullsy, depending upon, or bull halsey, which is a conflation. Have you ever think about that? Bull halsey is ballsy. Anyway, that's going to be it. So last night, I'm sitting at this thing, and this guy says, so what are your favorite? Do you like sports? I said, no, not really. And with a straight face, whenever anybody asked me that, since I was in high school, my friend and I came up with this thing. I said, yeah, I kind of like obscure sports. Two-man pallbearing. Two-man pallbearing. I said, well, it's not really big here, but it's more of an industry sport. Two-man pallbearing. And I can keep a straight face, and I say, I think it's my age. I think get to a certain point, people think they believe you. Pallbearing. I said, two-man pallbearing. Okay. You like when somebody asked me about astrology, what's your sign? Oh, feces. and I say it with a straight face, and they don't even listen to it. They don't even listen to what I'm saying. They don't even know what I'm saying. Look at this. NC November girl says those bulls are treated like royalty. You know, it's funny you say that, and thank you. I believe they are. However, while I have a thing where I'm saying don't F with animals. I think you know what the F means. November. It's a family show. I just watch potatoes. Okay, I just want to tell you. I think you know what it means. F. Okay. Don't bother them. Don't bother animals. Just don't. You know what I mean? I hate zoos with a passion. Central Park Zoo. Don't want to go. Don't want to go. Don't want to look at them. I hate them. And the worst is the gorilla cage. Oh, the Bronx Zoo. Oh, breaks my heart. When I see that, I almost cried. I didn't know I would be this close. And this gorilla just looks at me with those eyes and looking at me. And I felt so, you are a noble beast. You are no better or worse than I am. In the scheme of things, you don't kill each other. You are magnificent. The strength, the power, and here I am looking at him in this stupid thing with a tire. I hate that. It's specious. It's horrible. I'm not one of these animal. I'm sorry. I'm not one of these. I'm not that. I'm plant-based. I don't eat animals, but I don't eat animals not because of any moral decision. I do it because of the health part. And I don't get people who wear fur, and I don't particularly think I want to wear fur. I have my own things, but I don't yell at you. I'm not going to scream at you. I don't think ill of you. I've got a dear friend of mine who goes deer hunting, and you know what? And we need hunters, especially around here, because we've got the deer are all over the place. They're in traffic. They hit cars. There's just too many of them. Somebody needs to thin the herd. I got no problem with that. I'm not one of these crazy animal people. They bring so much love and so much joy and so much, but I'm not one of those lunatics, but I hate zoos. And I think, though, when it comes to maybe bull riding, maybe I'm being anthropomorphic or not anthropomorphic. Maybe I don't know if the word, but I think that the animal kind of says, okay, get off my back. And you can't break a bull. You can't break them like you can a horse. And then the horse whisperers come along. Anyway, that's going to be it. So I don't really care for sports, and at sports, I have no interest in it. I have no interest in any of this. None of it. I don't want to go to Yankee Stadium. I sure as hell don't want to go to it. The Stones are coming to MetLife Stadium. Used to be the Meadowlands. I don't want to go. I've seen them. I don't want to see. I was telling somebody, I said, why do you want to go? And the tickets if you really want to get good seats, what do I want to see the Stones for? Why? I've seen them. Okay, they're going to be dead. Listen, we lost Charlie. I don't want to go. I don't want to park. I don't want to walk. I don't want to go smile. I've seen them. I know what they are. I don't want to go. I don't. What? Then we got these idiots here who Billy Joel keeps saying, that's it, no more. I'm going to be at the Garden, and all of his shows sell out, okay? All of them sell out. Then he says, thank you. And he does another tour. That's it. This time, I'm done. Do you want to go see Billy Joel? Who wants to hear? Don't go change it. I've heard this. He doesn't look comfortable. I'll listen to the music. I don't want to go. I don't want to go to the Garden. I don't want to be there. Have you ever been there? What is the matter with me? Help me. Are you like this? Is that, do you, I don't understand it. I swear to you, I don't know. I don't know where I fit in. I don't know where I fit in. I don't know. I swear to God, I don't fit in with the Trump people. They're easier to take. I think they're going to set Trump up. I think he's got bad things coming. Every time I see this Alina Habba, I want to scream. because I don't think he's paying her. I'll bet you anything. He says, look, I ain't going to pay you anything. You're not doing anything because so far you haven't won anything. I'll tell you what I'll do. You can be my lawyer and you can walk around with your shoes. I'll give you a couple of bucks here, but I ain't paying you. You got it? So you can tell people, this is how I pay you. I pay you with the fame of being my lawyer. Okay? You got it? Because trust me, without me, drives me nuts. Bobby Kennedy Jr., full of shit. Completely. Just what a disappointment. What a disappointment. There's nobody. Do you know what it is when Trump is when Trump is the best thing about? Think about this. And he's good at everything. But I mean, he's crazy enough to get something done. But isn't that something? Doesn't that tell you? That's it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you understand what I'm saying? Matthew says, I like Trump, but I'm not going to see him. Who the hell wants to go see him? What is the point? And by the way, and somebody says, well, it's called getting old. No, because what I like to do is I would much rather, if there's something, I only want to go see somebody if I have to go see them. But I swear to God, I could spend all day if I want, really watching either. I love classic movies. I love old New York artsy theaters. Love that. Love that. There's nothing more fun than to go to a real funky New York film forum in the Quad and all that stuff. I love that. Have you been to MoMA? Have you been in the Museum of Natural History lately? Go see that. That's something. That's the most. That is just walk through it. You don't have to sit and stare at everything. There's something that's just incredible to see something that. Let me tell you the greatest thing I ever saw in my life. Ready for this? This was. I don't use the word cool, but if I did, I would use this. It was at the Museum of Modern Art, MoMA. Now listen to what I'm saying. Follow me on this. For the love of God, pay attention to me. They had a movie. Well, it wasn't a movie. It was an art piece. And they took times from movies, starting with 12 a.m., midnight, and going all the way to 24 hours. 12 a.m., 12:01, 12:02, 12:03, all the way back to midnight, okay? 24 hours. And what they did was, how they did this, I have no idea. They went to a movie. They went through the annals, and if there was a movie that had midnight, they took a sequence, right? So that's midnight. They found an Argentinian movie where they said it's 12:01. And then 12:02 was from a movie. And I didn't know that movies had 12:15, 12:60. Somebody said it. Somebody showed it. Something. And it was 24 hours. And on the West Coast, and it actually was timed to the time. So you went at midnight, and at 12:01, there was another scene from another movie. And I said to myself, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Who in the hell wants to see this? So don't ask me why. But I was working really weird. I did this TV thing where I was doing like the 4 a.m. We did the best ratings anybody ever saw. I would get up at night, I remember at the end of Jon Stewart of The Daily Show, that's when I got up. It was wild. My schedule was just nuts. So one day I said to Mrs. L, you know what? Here I am, like 2 a.m. I'm wide awake. It was on a weekend. I said, why don't we do this? Let's go to this thing. And we did. It was packed. People brought sleeping bags, chairs, and they're watching this. I forget, 2 o'clock, 2:15, and it timed. It was perfectly synchronized. I said, this is the most incredible thing. And I said, come on, let's go. I said, well, we can't go now. Why? Well, it's 2:15. Let's at least wait till 2:20. Wait till 2:20. I said, you think 2:30 is going to come? And how are they going to do 2:40? We saw It was the most, I've never seen anything like this in my life. It was so brilliant. And everybody came to just watch this. And I thought, I swear to you, it was like it was this communal thing. Carla, the cookie CEO, says, I could quickly lose myself for days on end at the Met. It used to be my ritual to wander its halls once a week. It is, thank you for that. It is it is Monet when they have special exhibits, when they have it's, and you know what else is wonderful? By the way, Carla, you know what's wonderful? It's packed on a weekend with beautiful weather. It's the most glorious thing. Foreigners. There are people who think nothing and waiting online, and they just take it in. It's just incredible to see this, whatever the exhibits, and to just take your time. You don't need to stare at everything. You don't need to, re-listen to the museum phone. Sometimes they have a Rothko exhibit. I'll tell you what I thought blew my mind in a moment was Chuck Close. Chuck Close is the realist painting. And I'm looking at this thing and I'm getting a political. I'm not getting too close because I had to see the swirl marks. You've seen his pictures, right? Chuck Close. Then he had this disease with his hand. He couldn't paint. So he would put this device, it looked like a bowling glove or something. And he wrote, and he did mosaics, splotches of colors. And when they showed how he did this, there would be this, I forget where his studio was. He would put the canvas in this machine and it would turn sideways and spin around. And he did mosaics. It blew. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Never seen anything like it. I swear to God, you looked at it and you got high. Without being chemically altered. Your brain, to figure it out, to sit back. I'm telling you, there is nothing like that. That I can do. Now, what do you call that? I don't know. And by the way, I don't go for anything. Sometimes, and here's an exhibit of Native American blankets. No, thanks. No, these are real. No, thanks. Sometimes you'll see things like, okay, the Philadelphia Museum, where the Rocky statue is? They had something one time, an exhibit on swords and, knights, and 5 minutes of that. That's enough. I got it. I'm out of here. I got it. Swords. I got it. Here's a Greek pottery. Got it. It doesn't matter, nothing. But go to Philly and see Constitution Hall. See the Constitution Center. See Benjamin Franklin's burial. Tench Cox, my hero, the father of the militia. To go there and see it, that's something. That's Philly. Philly's the scariest place, by the way. Philly's some scary stuff. That's wonderful. So how do you explain that? So is it because I'm old? I don't think so. Young person couldn't do that. Young person wouldn't know what the hell he's talking about. Young person couldn't. If I said, you know who this is? I don't know. This is Benjamin Franklin. This is Philadelphia. This is the birthplace. This is it. They can't understand what that means. This is the Bethlehem, Jerusalem. This is the Garden of Eden of liberty, theoretically. So you think I'm old? Young person wouldn't understand that. You think so? I don't think so. Try to explain to somebody 20. Say, let me show you. This is an exhibit on Impressionism. This is Cubism. This is what happened. Have you ever been to the Salvador Dali Museum in St. Petersburg in Florida, St. Pete? Oh my God. Dali? Oh my God. That blows my mind. Can young people do that? I don't know. Maybe not. You see, when you get older, you don't get physically, maybe you do, but you get a little bit more discriminating. Let me tell you something about it. Let me tell you something about this. Look at this, Nick Nightingale. Nick's doing a wonderful job. How many likes we have right now? I see our likes. We gotta see the likes. Up. We got 405 likes. Thank you, Nick. Thank you, my friend. Let me tell you something interesting about getting older, being old, whatever this old thing, whatever this thing means. Hang on. Gino says, let's talk Big Fanny. What about the new bill? The governor signed into law regulating out of control prosecutors. Does Wade get pissed and switch sides in a month or so? No loyalty down there? Gino, I thank you, by the way. Gino, for the first time, that is a bill directly designed to get Fanny. Directly to provide oversight. What they need is the constitutional provision and the statutory provision that Ron DeSantis has in Florida. When he got rid of Warren, the state attorney in Hillsborough County, my old stomping grounds, because he said, I'm not going to charge, or I'm not going to prosecute people for such and such. And they, well, guess what? Then you're not doing your job. Screw you. You're out of here. I bounced them. That's what we need. Gracie Love George says, just went to the Museum of Medieval Torture in St. Augustine. Oh, wow. You know, thank you. The Mummers Museum is great. I like museums of torture and, the Iron Maiden. And that's fascinating to me. Fascinating. It's very good that you do that. Very, very good that you do that. And there's something to be said for this. I was going to tell you something before, Gino, and I want you to listen to this. And you too, Gracie. And you too, Carla. There was a test that was done a while back. Very interesting. And they had the young people, these young folks, these youngins. And they said, we want you to do something that is something involving something kind of quick, some kind of whack-a-mole kind of sort of stuff. Something where you see it and you act, and younger folks, whatever the sample was, they did very, very well. But then they took older folks, and I don't know what denoted older from younger, but they said, we want you to compare two different sites and tell me when they are different and how they're different. And older people would say, oh, there's a lamp missing in this one. Remember remember highlights? When you were in the doctor's office, Goofus and Gallant, the highlights, that little magazine had, and you would say, what's wrong with it? Oh, the painting is here. It's switched. Older people did a wonderful job. And you know why? Lying dog face pony soldier. Thank you so much. Thank you. Do you know why that was so? Because an older person could tell differences, and that was called judgment. Judgment. Let me say that again. Older people were able to tell the difference between this situation and that situation. That's called judgment. MB says, hit subscribe and then hit and hold the notification bell to reveal 4 notification choices. Select all. Did you hear this? Hit subscribe and then hit and hold the notification bell to reveal 4 notification choices. Select all. MB, I want to thank you. Nobody has ever said that. Willie Will, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Willie. You are most kind. Thank you, Mr. or Ms. or Mer Will. I appreciate that. Isn't that something? Now, let me tell you what else I did today. How many here are fasters? Anybody? Who's a faster? Who fasts? I hate like breasts. Fasts. Today I did my 24-hour fast. I do coffee and water. That's about it. Anybody do that? Anybody do the fasting? And normally I do the 18-6 intermittent fast. Anybody doing that? Best thing in the world for you. Do it. I do 24 hours. Well, actually more than that. It's more than 24 hours. It's more than that. And then just once a week to kind of get things, kind of reset your thing. And then ideally 18-6. I eat for 6 hours and don't eat for 18. Best thing ever. Apoptosis. So I got this friend of mine. And she said, well, what if you're hungry? I said, well, that's the point. What? Fasting has been a part of this is a brand new thing. And people either you get it or you don't. You don't want to go water for more than 2 days. That's enough. 3. Please always check with physicians. But I'm telling you, there's something about this thing that makes you kind of interestingly goofy, energetically goofy when you're not eating. Eating slows you down tremendously. That's my next thing. Please do that. Give it a shot sometime. Pick one day a week. Just do yourself a favor. One day a week. Just go 24 hours. Water fluids. It's the best thing ever. Steph Cam knows what he's doing. Steph Cam or Stephanie. I don't know because I can't tell. Those thumbnails are so small. But thank you for that. And that's it. Do yourself a favor. I want you to listen to me. One of the greatest things you can do in the world that you can do that you will feel so good about is to try to get a hold of eating and weight. I know that sounds it sounds crazy. I know more people taking Ozempic. And I don't want to say anything about this, but I'm going to tell you something right now. One of these days, I would not be surprised if one day somebody says, hey, remember that Ozempic thing? Yeah. There's something about God saying to you, why are you doing that? Well, again, I'm not a physician, and if it works, that's great. But I wanted to share this particular thing with you because it's one of the most fascinating stories in the world when you tell people, you're eating too much. What? You're eating way too much. You shouldn't eat that much. Do you ever think about this? Do you know what apoptosis is? Do you know what hormesis is? Well, we're almost at. Hang on, Nick. Nick is quite the cheerleader. We're almost at 500 likes. Dear God, is that true? No, I can't be. Not 500. Come on. No, you're kidding. 478. Not bad. Do you know what hormesis is? Do you know what this is? Do you know what stress does? Do you know what stress does to you? I want to tell you something. You want to get into something? Read about hormesis. Read about how certain things. Let me give you an example. Resveratrol. You ever hear about that? Of course. You remember how they would say, wine is good for you. Wine is good for your heart. Everything's always good for your heart. It's not good for your heart. It's just it's good. It's good. Okay, fine. But wine. Why wine? Because of the grapes. Why? Red grapes, red, dark. Why? Why is red? Why are grapes good for you? Because the grapes have to adjust in order to withstand the sun. It's called hormesis. Whenever there's stress, let me give you the definition of this. This is your word for the day. I want you to learn this. And all you got to do is spend just a minimal amount of time. This will change. Hormesis is a term in toxicology to describe a two-phase dose response relationship to an environmental agent. It's an adaptive response of cells and organisms to a moderate, usually intermittent stress. Examples include ischemic preconditioning, exercise, dietary energy restriction, and exposure to low doses of certain phytochemicals. Hormesis. You want to stress yourself. You want to stress your body, and not by hurting your body. But one of the things which is so good is what's so beneficial to us is that because grapes, the red ones, the dark, the wine grapes, have to learn how to adjust the sun, that benefit, that adaptation from the stress of the sun in yours to your benefit. Do you know why bitter greens are good? Why kale's dark green, things that are kind of bitter, to keep bugs away. And that benefits you. Because that was an adaptation they did to withstand stress. Oh, it's phenomenal. Carla, the cookie CEO, says, love fasting. Every major religion has a fasting period of culture. Oh, absolutely. And it's the best. I love what they say. Carla, have you ever seen this? I got this book, How to Fast. Don't eat. No, seriously. What do? Don't eat. Just don't eat. Drink water. Am I going to be okay? You're going to be fine. That's it? That's it. Okay. Do you know how many people right now scare the hell out of me? If I told you, I don't want you to fast. What? Don't fast. 531 likes. Thank you. You know when you see this sometimes when you get a colonoscopy. By the way, greatest invention in the world. Forget AI. Forget all this stuff. Forget mapping the genome. The guy who said, "Hey, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick a camera up your ass and look for cancer and lasso those babies. If I could pull a polyp off right away and prevent, colon cancer, yay! That's a genius. That is the great. Think about that. I don't want to talk about that. Are you kidding me? So anyway, normally when you fast before because they want you to have, clean, you know what I mean? So anyway, they don't want to sit there and go, what the hell is this? Oh my God, looks like Newark after a rain. This guy didn't, damn it, you should have, I can't see anything. We don't want that, obviously. So what's interesting about this is that when you're in the doctor's office, they say, please, people are fasting. Don't bring any food. Please have consideration. I thought, it's one day. It's not even one day. What a bunch of babies. This is the most ridiculous thing in the world. Do yourself a favor and fast. I know one person who says, I can't do that. Why? That's not good for you. That's not good for you. I can't do that. It's one of the best things ever you can do is fasting. And it's spiritual too. It really does. There's something about privation that puts you in contact with things. And then what happens is, you know what? You know what's it? Look at this. I can't fast. I get angry if I don't eat. You get angry at first, and then you might get a little lightheaded, and then it kicks in. When your brain and everything says, I don't think this bastard's going to eat. Let's get some Everybody talks about endorphins. I don't know if it's true or not, but all of a sudden you'll get a little like, hey, you're feeling, when the most I ever did one time was a week. I did broth stuff. It wasn't a water fast. I did 2 days. After 2 days, it's like, I'm not. Let me ask you something. Carla, let me ask you a question. What does a dog do when he's sick? What do animals do when they're sick? They don't eat. Why is that? Because they can't eat or because they don't eat? And they always go away too. You notice that? Animals, dogs, they don't want to see you. They say, I'll be over here for a while, especially when they die. They like to remove, to absent themselves, which I think is a noble effort. All right. But what do? They don't eat. You are eating too much. We live in a world right now that we were at a place the other night. There's a little place. It's kind of an Italian joint. And somebody said, well, I like it, but the portions are small. I said, but the portions are supposed to be small. Did you hear that? The portions are small. Did you ever hear that? I don't want to go there. No, you're not supposed to eat this much. Well, I'm not going to pay that much for this. You don't eat that much. You're not supposed to eat all that. What? No. When I hear this, there's a place on going to Jersey. Sometimes we'll drive by. It's an Olive Garden. I think it was an Olive Garden once. All the salad and breadsticks. What? Oh, dear God, no. What's wrong with us? I'm preaching. I'm sorry. I'm preaching. Can I say something to you also before I forget? And I'm on a roll and I'm saying this. Maybe it's the fasting. Maybe I'm kind of crazy. Do you know what the greatest thing and what I think is so fascinating? And you either get this or you don't. Vintage clothing, vintage stores. Have you been there? Sometimes it'll be a charity. Sometimes it'll be the Junior League. Sometimes it'll be second. Vintage clothing is absolutely fascinating what you can get and what people give away. I've got a problem with shoes. I have a problem with shoes. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I don't want to buy somebody's shoes. I just can't. But a suit, when you see a tie that's really, really well done, an Hermes somebody vintage, for $10, $20. It's the greatest thing in the world. How many of you love vintage stores? You ready for this? I have a friend of mine who refers to vintage clothing as used clothes. And I said, I don't want to have anything to do with you. You don't get it. Do you ever go to a music store and see a used guitar? Guitars don't get good until they're at least 50 years old. What do you mean used? See, this is what's wrong. I just realized this, and you've helped me tremendously. I just can't stand stupid people. I just can't. I can't. I don't think I've never liked stupid people, and I'm not going to start now. There's so many goddamn stupid people in the world that I don't know what to deal with. They're incurious and they're stupid. And I swear to God, I think that we're going to find that selfies. I think that we're going to find out that there is a signal that somehow is sent out whenever a selfie is made, and I think it kills either the maybe the cingulate, orbit of the cingulate part of the brain that affects psychopathy, or the pineal gland or something. But people who do this, I walked by, I was in an event the other night, and there was a young girl, she's like this. And she's trying to smile, but she hadn't done this enough. And I'm thinking to myself, you need practice of this. She looked like she was shocked, like she was looking at an autopsy for the first time. I'm thinking, I don't think that's the look you want. I've got a friend of mine, well, not mine, Mrs. L. All she does is she does selfies. And she spends her day, listen to me. She spends her day putting her selfies up on Instagram with music so she and her other friends can like them. That's all they do. I swear to freaking God. Raul says human discontent can be blamed on abundance. Indeed. You know who I came across today, which I really liked? There's a fellow, and maybe you like him as well. His name is Slavoj Žižek. You ever see him? Žižek. It's called the Zizek's voice. You know who he is? He's a philosopher. He's talking about the semblance, and he goes like this all the time. His Zizek, Slavoj Žižek. He's very good, but his voice, his speech is so, there's a name for it. Sibilance or something. Do they have it? Education. Yeah, maybe that's the personal life. He's really interesting. And he wears like bad t-shirts. He's a communist or whatever it is. But he writes these very interesting things. And one of the things he wrote I liked, he says, cinema is the ultimate pervert art. It doesn't give you what you desire. It tells you how to desire. I love this one. The one measure of true love is you can insult the other. If you have reasons to love someone, you don't love them. And I'm loving it. And I think it's myself. Sometimes I'm wondering, does he have any idea what he's saying? But I say, yes, this is very, very good. But talking this and you're telling me this, and sometimes I just say, this sounds terrible. You know who I'm talking about, right? You know who Zizek is? Tell me you know who he is. I want to get one of those bags they put on prisoners' heads who spit. If I had to be on a panel and say, Mr. Zizek, I hope you don't mind. Would you please wear this? Yeah. Because you are spitting up a storm, and I don't want to be anywhere, with all due respect. But you got to admit, he talks like this, and this, and Noam Chomsky, suffering succotash. Noam Chomsky, by the way, I think died in 1983, and nobody told him. Carla says, have you seen Idiocracy? Oh, yes. Great satire. We are on our way. Yes, I do. Donald Massey, thank you. Idiocracy, indeed, I have. Noam Chomsky, there comes a time, I don't know what happened to him. He looks like he lost his glasses, or maybe he had cataracts. He has no. He looks like a lion's mane with the white, and he sits there and he has this very foggy. And Noam Chomsky, yeah, yes, Professor Chomsky. As far as Gaza is concerned, do you believe that pursuant to a strict interpretation of genocide, pursuant to the genocide convention, that Israel could in fact be guilty of? I beg your pardon, sir. I'm sorry. What was that again, please? No. I'm sorry. Did you say something? No. Are you calling for help? Are you okay? Is he okay? Is Noam okay? Maybe we can do this again, Mr. Dr. Chan. We'll do this again. No. Are you okay? No, seriously. You're not saying anything. No, you're just making noise now. Excuse me, sir. You're just making noise. I know you're a linguist and a cunning linguist at that. And you're into metaphors and into semantics, but you are not making any sense right now at all. He's doing it again. I don't know what the hell to. Thank you. We're going to cut this a little early, Dr. Chomsky, please. Thank you for. Maybe we'll do it again. Okay, all right, fine. Maybe somebody can help me. Subtitles. Even the subtitles won't work. I was like, what is he saying? I love the man. Look at this. Noam Chomsky and Ralph Nader have since faded away. You know, it's funny you say that. Ralph Nader has, and I liked. Oh, have you ever seen this? Oh God, this ASMR, this autonomous sensory meridian response. They have Noam Chomsky as ASMR. They have his speech. He's doing a Brian Lamb interview with all of the questions. It's just him talking. Puts you right to sleep. Bill Buckley. What is his name? The Yale Shakespearean scholar. If you'll never hear me on ASMR ever under any circumstances, but the worst. Tell me you've heard this one. Women, this is like the creepiest thing, who say, be quiet. What? And they're telling you like, yes, close your eyes. And you hear every crack. It's like, it's the weirdest. I know I'm not the only person who's seen this. Tell me you've seen this. I don't know what you call these things. They've got like a million saying, who listens to this? Who listens? It's the most bizarre. I mean, they should play it maybe in prisons or something. It's very, very calming. I love the things that are new, and I'm fascinated by it. Just like I just discovered this fellow Destiny, who I think is only important because he speaks quickly. That's all I'm saying. Mr. Beast, Dirty Beast, what's his name? Mr. Beast. Can you tell me that one? Have you seen this? He makes $150 billion a video. He spends 2 weeks working on a thumbnail. Mr. Beast, Dr. Beast, have you seen it? What is this about? I'm sorry. I appreciate it. God bless you. I wish I had. Apparently I'm doing something wrong. I don't spend enough time on my thumbnails. But I'm thinking to myself, why is this so important? Why is this so important? What, Mr. Beast? Yes. What the hell? I'm exaggerating. It wasn't a billion. There's something very wrong with this in any event. So, my friends, MX Beast, thank you so much. Tonight, may we do this? Would you please tell me your favorite? If there's one show, one thing you're addicted to. We have one of our friends, Lori Partridge, I believe, who likes Russian plane crash dash cams. Something. It's a bit, specific, but what is it that you are? By the way, Daniel's got to take the dogs out to their bathroom. Daniel, good night, sir. I like when people say, "Gotta go." I did a fleet enema, and it's gotta go. Okay, very good, very good. Favorite is you. Thank you, Mary. Look at this. Daniel's going to take the dog out. 600 likes? You're kidding me. My God, we're doing something right here. 602 likes. Honey, 600 likes. I have no idea what's going on. Imagine somewhere, some, I don't know what you want to call it. Some Martian is watching and saying, what are they doing? What are they doing? Bad carnival rides. I'm going to watch that. Yes, I watch Mrs. L. Hers is far more serious than Bad Carnival Rides. Lynn's Warriors, very, very critical. Need everybody. Indeed, we do. All right, my friends. I watch a lot about spray foam insulation or boats. See, this is Fitzy. I want to party with him. Sometimes I'll watch the Indian guy, chop onions. I can watch that. How about the Duran with the two Alexes? Very good. Dangerous Railroads. I like that. See, this is wood burning videos. Yes. How about people who live? How about Japanese people in their vans? Have you seen this one? There's these vans are like trucks, and these Japanese women go up. They open up. It's fantastic. Zit popping, I like to an extent. I'm not into the zits, but I like lipomas removed. Big, these massive grapefruit-like lipomas. Love this. Let me see this. All right, my friends. Victoria Newland got a gig with Lane Bryant. That's cruel. The camo division. You know what? That's very funny in a very sick way. All right, dear friends. Listen, I want to thank you. We have been on tonight an hour and 12 minutes. And I am so appreciative of your time. Carla, the cooking CEO, thank you madly. Donald Massey, a new member. Raul Rodriguez, thank you so very much. Steph Cam, Willie Will, the most ardent, the most sincere of thanks to you. MB, Lying Dog Face Pony Soldier. Gracie loves George. Gino, the man. And NC November Girl, which I think is North Carolina. I don't know. Could be. I have no idea. And as we said, dear friends, please watch. I ask you to watch Mrs. L right now. Do me a favor of favors and yourself a favor. Right now, there's the link. Lynn's Warriors on X. Actually, Lynn's Warriors on YouTube. Follow her there. And Lynn's Warriors, LYNNS_Warriors on X or Twitter. I still call it Twitter. All right, dear friends, have a great and a glorious night. I have had so much fun. An hour and 13 minutes. You are a delight. It means so much to me. Look at this. Playground equipment fails. Lori Cook, everybody, don't let the fact that these children are maimed beyond recognition, don't let that get in the way. Playground equipment fails. Okay. I was telling somebody the other day with all seriousness, I said that, prostate self-exams are very important, especially over the age of 40. And they were like, oh. And I'm thinking, certainly they must be, it must occur to them. How would one check one's prostate by themselves? And it never. So I think that would be a good one. I may call my next video prostate self-exam just to see how many people say, how do you do this? The answer is, of course, stand on a chair. All right, my friends. By the way, Nick Nightingale, tonight, yeoman's work, my friend. Thank you so very much. All right, dear friends, we'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Don't be late. Don't be shy. Until then, my friends, remember these final words. This idios, this valedictory. Remember the monkey's dead. The show's over. Sue ya. Dead.